everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin and today I'm going to be looking back on my Black Friday purchases. It's been about 2 months since I made these purchases and yeah, it's been 2 months. I've had the chance to play around with them. I've gathered my thoughts. I want to share with you guys if I think they were worth it, even with the Black Friday price. I want to tell you guys whether they were impulse purchases, whether they paid off, whether I used them, whether I reached for them, and yeah, some of these things, a lot of these things are a little bit disappointing, to be honest. It's taught me a lot about impulse buying because a lot of these were impulse purchases. But just before we jump into the video, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. We've grown so much over the past year and I'm just so grateful for all of you. But yeah, let's just jump into it. So I'm going to start with my 3 P. Louise bases. I got these for £3 each. They should have been £10 each. I've got Yummy Yellow, which is this one. I've got Hint of Mint, which is this one. And then Touch of Frost, which is the blue one. So I've only used the yellow one. It's been 2 months and I've only used one and I only used it once. I used this yellow one, Yummy Yellow, to cut my crease. I did a blue look and then I wanted like a bold yellow cut crease. And I was expecting this to be a lot thicker and a lot more pigmented than it actually is. It barely showed yellow. I obviously can't talk for these two because I haven't tried them, but this one barely had any colour to it. It just looked like I cut my crease with like a skin coloured base. It wasn't great. I am glad I got these for £3. If I paid £10 for them, I would not be very happy. Again, I can't talk for these. I'm gonna try and play around with them a little bit differently. Maybe use them as all over bases instead of just cut crease bases. Maybe use them in a more kind of direct area, like in the inner corner as an inner corner pop. I could have done that today, but I didn't. I just found that I don't really reach for these. I would rather reach for my powder eyeshadows, and that's something I'm really learning. I would rather reach for powder eyeshadows than anything else, over creams, over things like this, just anything really. I like my palettes, I like my powder eyeshadows, that's what I'm used to, and it is nice to push yourself out your comfort zone, but sometimes you know where your comfort zone is and you want to stick with it, and that's kind of what I feel about with these. I just feel like if I really actually wanted these, I would have reached for them over 2 months, but I just haven't, and that's not good. Next we have my Anastasia Beverly Hills face palette in Italian Summer. I ended up buying this for £18. This is what it looks like. This is not... I should have used this so much more over 2 months, but I think with a mix of project panning and impulse buying, I haven't. I am happy that I have this in my collection. I'm not mad about it, but I've had a blush to pan, I've had a bronzer to work on, and I've had a highlighter to finish up over the past few months. So this palette has been kind of pushed to the back of my drawer, kind of forgotten about. I have used it a few times, not enough. I will say this bronzer is really beautiful. It's really pigmented, and that's what I like in a bronzer. I like a pigmented bronzer just to kind of, you know, bronze. The highlight's okay. It's a little bit stiff. That's something I will say. I do find it a little bit stiff, but it's nice on the cheeks. It's not the most blinding. And this blush is beautiful. It might be a little bit pink leaning for me. It is a peachy kind of pink. I think it's coming across way more pink on camera. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful little face palette, and obviously I got it for an amazing price. So as far as impulse purchases go, this isn't the worst one that I could have got. It is a lot better than the P. Louise ones. But yeah, it is definitely an impulse purchase. I will get use out of it sometime. When, I do not know, but yeah, I am glad that I have that in my collection. It's a beautiful little palette, so that's not the worst. Okay, the Glowish bronzer. This is definitely something that I should have done my research on. If I'd have watched reviews, I would have known that this is not for me. I said before with the ABH face palette, I like pigmented bronzers. This is not. This is a very subtle bronzer, even though this is shade medium. I'm not medium, I'm pasty, ghostly white. But even this is a little bit too nothing for me. If you like that, then you would probably love this, but all the reviews on this were saying exactly that it's a hint and that it's actually very matte. I don't really know where they get the glow from, but it is quite matte, and all of the reviews were saying that. I should have read reviews. I did only spend £12 on this, but still £12 is, it's not nothing. So I did get this on a really good price, but again, I have used this a few times. It's just a little bit subtle for me. I'm sure that on kind of lesser makeup days I will reach for this a lot more, but as I said, I have had a bronzer that I'm panning. Yeah, I think I will. This does have a place in my collection, but it's definitely something that I won't reach for often. And I would have known that if I'd have read the reviews. The next product that I want to talk about is the Nars Exposed Cheek Palette. Now, you guys know I have lusted after this for literal years. This I only kind of knew about once it had been discontinued, and just the packaging and the products inside, just, I wanted them so badly. It was kind of ridiculous. But I kind of accepted the fact that I would never get them. They had been discontinued, nowhere was selling them, and I'd kind of accepted the fact that it had gone. I had to let it go. But on Black Friday on eBloggers, I did find it and I instantly bought it. I got this for £27, so still pretty expensive for what it is. And this is one of them products that I overhyped in my head, so it could never actually fulfill the hype. They are beautiful, they're beautiful little powders, but you know my makeup aesthetic. It's very bold, it's very bright. This is very subtle, and I was a little bit disappointed. I am learning to love it. I have used it quite a few times, not enough, because obviously I do pan things, so the availability for other things to be used is quite slim, but I am using this quite a lot. It's in my Project 10 uses. I like it, I do like it, but there are other things, other far cheaper things that I would reach for over this. I am still glad that it is in my collection because, I mean, look at it, it is stunning. I'm still in love with the packaging, I'm still in love with the little print on the blushes, but I think I just hyped this way too much in my head that it could never actually fulfill that. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. Next we have the NYX Brow Glue. This is very thick. It's really thick. I do really like it, but it was very unexpected. I was not expecting it to be a literal glue. But I guess that, again, that's my fault. I didn't read reviews on any of these things. I just bought them, which is something that I am learning to do less. I am learning to actually read reviews and, you know, not just one-sided reviews. Think about the negative side of products before I buy them. I didn't do that with any of these. This is nice. It leaves your brows very kind of gunky almost. But I mean, I don't really mind that. As long as they stay up, it's fine. I do think, I don't know, it was a little bit overpriced, to be honest. I got this for £5.15, which, you know, it might just be my working class little brain going into overdrive. But like, a brow glue is, you know, it's fine. I know other brands sell them for way more. But yeah, it's just very, very chunky. And I'm still figuring out how I feel about that. I think, honestly, I think it's fine. The hype for this was mental. The hype was insane. Everyone was loving this. I don't think it's that great. I'd rather have a glue that isn't sticky and clumpy in my brows. But I mean, it's okay. I'm glad that I have it in my collection. It does serve a purpose. Next is my split liner from Glisten Cosmetics. This is in the shade Banana Split. This I'm very glad I picked up. I'm so happy with this purchase. I didn't have a yellow eyeliner, and because I love blue so much, I found that having a yellow eyeliner to just add something a little bit different, that contrast, really amped up my looks, and I'm so glad that I had this. A yellow liner was on my kind of wish list for a very long time. I was gonna buy one of the NYX ones, but I found this and I bought it on Black Friday. I ended up buying this for £3.85, which is nothing. This is gonna last me forever. It has a more pastel and then a more vibrant yellow side, so 2 for the price of 1. Cannot complain. I really, 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 really enjoy this. I'm glad I picked it up, and it's gonna last me forever, and it's gonna serve a very fun little pop to my collection. I did buy a Be Perfect blush, which I bought for £9.5p. It arrived shattered. I did have a little bit of a mare with Beauty Bay Services. I had to send it back with the Hermes parcel thing, and they just didn't give me my money back. So yeah, we're in the middle of that right now. I will get my money back, but as of right now, I do not have my money. It's a mare. It's a nightmare. But we're going to move on from that. The last thing I bought was the Belgian Waffles palette. I got this for £10.85. Okay, everyone and their mother is talking about how good this is. You can see that I have used it a little bit. I don't think it's that good. I really don't think it's as good as everyone is hyping it to be. It's okay. The bronzers aren't as pigmented as I would like. The highlights are nice. They're nice. But I expected more from what everyone was saying. Everyone was just like acting like they were the best quality ever. They're nice. They're fine. I was expecting a bit more though. I don't know. Is that unfair to say? Because I feel like everyone is like kissing BH's ass right now. And I just don't know. I don't know. I'm still not sold on them. I'm really not. I've tried the Illuminating an Island palette. Didn't like that. The Belgian Waffle was supposed to be the end all and be all. It's okay. It's fine. I don't know. It just lacks something for me. It lacks the pigmentation. It lacks the proper oomph, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. So as you can see, most of my Black Friday purchases 2 months later, I'm not really keen on, which is really sad. There are a few standout things in this haul, but I don't know. I feel like I really need to think about what I buy instead of just seeing things on sale and being like, yes, buy it, because that's an issue. And I don't want to do that anymore. So that is it from me today, guys. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day. I'm sending all my love to you guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you got for Black Friday and what you're thinking about it now that you've had a chance to kind of use it and play around with it. I'd love to know. I think these videos are so important just to reflect on purchases. I am on a no-buy right now, so I'm really focusing on using my collection and getting love out of things that maybe I haven't used. So if that sounds good to you, I am doing updates every month. I think an update is coming next video actually, so definitely subscribe if you want to see that. So that is it from me today, guys. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!